So today, we're on a mission to stack up as much life as possible. How? By using the power of the new skill, False Life. With it, every bit of overhealing adds to our max life. We're also teaming up with King Goobert, who provides a massive amount of heals and invulnerability too. We're also using the Staff of Unhealing, which not only gives us heals, but also turns our heals into damage. It's a pretty nice synergy. Let's dive in and see just how much life we can stack. Okay, let's go and jump some unranked games with the Reaper and see what we can do today. So, I'm going to be taking this broom. First of all, let's take healing herbs since we're on sale. Let's go ahead and grab this too. I do want to grab a shiny shell, but I do want to roll once again. So I do want to go for a double broom start. I'm going to grab ourselves this piggy bank. I'm going to reserve this ladder bag. I am going to venture on once again. And we could have placed our piggy bank over this side. Yeah, that would be smart. We would have had 2 extra max life. Yeah. But it is what it is. Can we take on this Reaper? They're going to be trying to stack up some poison with their storage coffin. They're going to be flicking some blinds. But can we run out? Because we do have 2 weapons. With the relic case, and a shiny shell for a bit of a heal, with some regen. Definitely not, unfortunately. It is what it is. Let's grab you. I'm going to grab a pocket sand. I'm going to roll once. I'm going to roll again. We do get our second broom, so I'm going to sell our wooden sword. Let's go ahead and grab it. I will reserve another set of healing herbs, but yeah, our piggy bank is in a much better spot. We are going to begin a hammer, bank of stones, Reaper with double shiny shells. So we're going to get a big old burst heal with the shiny shells. The hammer's going to be dealing some big damage to us, but as long as we inflict some blind on our opponents, the hammer's going to have a tougher time hitting us. Because the hammer does sacrifice, or does have a worse accuracy, to be honest. So awesome. Okay, speaking of awesome, leather armor on sale. I mean, I do have to grab that. Definitely have to grab that. Now, I do also want to grab the banana. I also want to grab ourselves that fanny pack, but yeah, going to be moving on pretty darn fast here. Leather armor for more block is going to be awesome, to be quite honest. But can we deal with this ranger rocking a viney basket with some piggy banks? Potentially. Because we're going to be inflicting a lot of blinds with our brooms. They do have a lot of heals with their healing herbs. They don't have a whole lot of damage, so they're just about to break through armor. But our opponent's accuracy is going to be 50% and 45%. Yeah, we should have the advantage here unless the regen with the viney basket can just outpace us. Wait, not too bad. Awesome. Now we did get the brand new skill False Life. I was kind of hoping for No Rush Please. To be honest, I was going to go for a Snow Stick type build, but I'm definitely going to take False Life here. Let's grab this fanny pack. Let's grab more healing herbs. Let's go ahead and grab this fanny pack too. And we're going to have to wait a while to grab this big old banana. But I am going to be moving on. False Life is going to give us a lot of heals. With our block, we should be able to overheal pretty decently at the very beginning. Stacking up our max life here quite nicely. Our opponent does have the double rainbow, so they're going to be trying to get more regen and more luck too. Making it a little bit harder to make use of our blind here. But if we turbo stack a lot of blind, our opponent can't hit us, and if they can't hit us, then we can overheal like crazy, stacking up max life. But I don't think that's going to be our angle today. We can also turbo stack regen. We're also inflicting a lot of cold, stopping our opponent from playing the game, and letting regen stack up our max life. It actually sounds like a lot of fun. Although, that's a hunger blade. Hell yeah, we gotta take that. Let's take our banana. I'm gonna roll. And that is a freaking bloody amulet. I'm gonna reserve this leather bag, but I am gonna venture on with this round. Also, I didn't place our banana in. Yeah, that would be smart if I did place it in. Yeah, just moving a little bit too fast. Not using my brain because that banana could overheal us too. It's also gonna help with our stamina. But our opponent is gonna have a super fast turn whip with a villain sword too. They're going to use up a crazy amount of stamina, looking like they're going for Steel Goobert, but luckily for us, we still have the advantage here with 5 Vampirism as well. So not too bad. Although we could literally go for Katana as well. Katana, Hunger Blade, might be an awesome combo too. Let's grab our storage. I did kind of want to go for Snow Sticks or Sand type build, but I'm going to sell you so we can grab ourselves this Vampiric armor. But yeah, I'm going to move on pretty darn quick. craft of vampiric armor. Now, the vampiric armor is going to convert some of our life into armor. So that potentially could be bad for us, to be honest. But we'll see. Can we deal with a knife to meet you, gingerbread Jerry, magic torch type setup? Luckily for us, they don't have any way to stack up luck, but we can't get to gingerbread Jerry online just yet. So actually, not looking too bad. They have inflicted quite a bit of poison on us though. And holy moly, was that way too close for comfort. Wait, still not too bad. I would definitely have to grab this. Ammo to life is crazy. Genuinely crazy. I also kind of want to grab the spear to go for a holy spear. I also want to go for a goobert to craft up a bloody goobert for even more heals. The goobert will help right now as well. So I think we have to take the goobert here. So I'm definitely not going to keep this broom. So I'm going to sell our coal, sell our broom. I'm going to take the spear. And I am going to move on with this for now. I'm going to use our false life in this position to trigger our goobert as well. It's going to be a little bit slower. Maybe did want to use our garlic here. But our vampiric armor with it too is going to be nice. Now we're not going to be stacking up our max life as much. Potentially. I say that as we stack up our max life like crazy, as our vampiric armor does block a lot of damage. We got tons of vampirism, so we should still be able to overheal insanely faster still. Our opponent does have 2 spike shields. It's going to eat up all our stamina. But will it the case, we do reduce our stamina consumption on our weapons. So these shields, not going to be too much of a trouble for us. The thing that is going to be trouble for us is that fatigue damage and that spikes. Wait, not looking too bad. 335 max life compared to 148. Definitely crazy for sure. Now, it's literally telling us to take Nocturnal Locklifter here by being on sale. We could also go for Cauldron, but I really want to go Nocturnal Locklifter. Now, we did want to go Snow Stick, False Life, go crazy with regen and see how that goes. But something tells me it's not going to be that good. So we're just going to take our Vampiric Nocturnal Locklifter for now. We can also grab ourselves a Hell Pot here. We can also grab ourselves a Box of Riches, which I'm definitely going to grab. More regen means more Vampirism stacks. We could also go for Shelly here too, for even more heals. How absurd would that be? Which just means I'm going to have to take out one set of piggy banks here. Let's craft up that Shelly actually. And I am going to move on. Now I did place a Nocturnal Locklifter in here, which means our Vampiric Armor is not going to be beside our Goobert anymore. But it does mean we're going to have a lot more lifesteal on our Hunger Blade along with our Broom too. So we should be in a pretty decent spot here. Grabbing a Box of Riches means we're going to be looking for a bunch of red rubies, increase our healing efficiency like absurdly amounts. And Shelly is going to add to our overheal as well. But yeah, that fatigue setting in, but we almost have 500 max life. Which is definitely crazy. So our opponent doesn't have a whole lot of damage. They literally only have a tiny little hero sword. So yeah, we definitely should be able to outpace his opponents. Our damage is not going to be so great either. It's literally a Hunger Blade along with a Broom too. But we should just be able to outlast them here, even though they do have a crazy amount of buffs. Now actually, they do have a lot of Empower, increasing their weapon damage on their hero sword. Wait, not too bad. Now, Heart Container on sale for 6. We could also go for Light Goobert here. I'm going to take this since it is on sale. Let's take a set of blueberries and let's roll again. Okay, Prismatic Orb I'm going to grab. We also got our Holy Spear too. I mean, we probably should actually just be using the Spear. Yeah, that would make a lot more sense. And we could go Holy Spear. Or we could go King Goobert. I mean, King Goobert sounds a lot more fun than a freaking Holy Spear here, especially with Nocturnal Locklifter. Hell yeah, we're going to have to do that. Let's grab this bit of storage. I'm going to keep our Heart Container for now. I'm going to sell our piggy bank, and I'm going to take this for now too. But I am going to have to venture on with this for now. Holy Spear will be nice because it does cleanse a lot of debuffs. It's also going to make our items attack much faster, but a King Goobert is going to be a King Goobert, giving us a crazy amount more heals. It will also give us invulnerability, allowing us to heal up, staying healthy. Yeah, we definitely have to go King Goobert here. The other thing is we definitely need to find ourselves another Box of Riches, because we're going to be sacrificing a few gemstones, or it's going to be harder to find those gemstones once we do craft up that Glowing Crown. But we do have 640 max life, and I think that's all we're going to reach right now. Actually, hold on a second. Can we get over 700? Not too bad. Still going up. While our opponent has 150 max life. Which is definitely absurd. We got 23 Vampirism, and we're just going to outsurvive our opponent here because we have so much max life. To be honest. So not too bad. And we also got Time Melting, which is going to be good with King Goobert. It's going to give us invulnerability for longer. You can also take Bite of Holy Light, increasing the speed of our holy items, which is also pretty darn good. It affects our Shelly, it also affects our Heart Container, it also helps us find more Prismatic Orbs to be on sale potentially. So it's a pretty tough choice. Because with King Goobert, it is going to make us get invulnerability, basically going from 4.5 seconds to almost 7 seconds. It is quite significant. 7 seconds of invulnerability allowing us to get a ton of max life. However, faster Heart Container means faster regen scaling for our Hunger Blade. I'm going to take Bite of Holy Light. I think it is going to be worth it here. We also got ourselves a Mana Orb, which I do want to craft up a Staff of Unhealing as fast as possible. So do we take our Prismatic Orb? Do we take our Glowing Crown to start crafting up our King Gooberts? I kind of want King Goobert as fast as possible. So let's take it. It does mean we're going to have to lock our Mana Orb and wait another round here, unfortunately. It is what it is. But let's keep moving for now. Although, Blood Gooberts would have been nice, to be honest, with a bunch of Hunger Blades. But I still think this is going to be pretty good. Now, our opponent does have a double axe. It's going to be dealing some big damage. They did manage to get a big old crit, which is Hawk Runes. There's only 24% chance to crit. Now, they're actually stacking up some max life too, because honestly, our damage is going to be a little bit lackluster here. To be honest. Until we get our Magic Staff, until we get our Staff of Unhealing, our damage is going to be a little bit lackluster. However, we're just outsurviving our opponent here. Now, if we actually had some Corrupted Crystals and went for Fatigue type build, that could also be kind of awesome. Because these are going to be super long fights. With this double axe, I actually can't outscale our max life scaling. And our healing. So, actually not too bad. Now we've got our Glowing Crown. Let's go and craft up that King Goobert. For now though, I am definitely going to craft up a Magic Staff. Do we keep our Spear here because we could take this right now? We could sell our Spear, and this Garlic, and a set of Healing Herbs to take this right now. I'm not going to. I'm going to take this little green emerald for now. And yeah, we're going to wait another round. I'm taking this emerald not to stop some poison, but so we can get some extra regen and just making sure we didn't craft up a Mana Thirst here. I definitely want to go for a Magic Staff. With a Staff of Unhealing, King Goobert's Hunger Blade type setup. Our opponent does have Excalibur with Gingerbread Jerry and a freaking Fancy Rapier with a Stable Recon Bob Blader. So we could be in big trouble here because they have a turbo amount of regen. We do get our vulnerability from our Glowing Crown, allowing us to heal a little bit more. But again, our damage is not going to be any good. We do need to increase our DPS quite significantly. But when we get our Staff on Healing, we're going to be dealing some big damage potentially. Wait, this is still a super long fight, and some Corrupted Crystals would actually be going nuts here. But unfortunately, with 80 freaking regen, our opponent is going to outlast us here, unfortunately. So we do end up losing life. We did get our King Goobert. Now we also got ourselves Cthulhu. Cthulhu could make our False Life go super fast, or heal a lot more, since it can turn our food items into dark items. It will be a ton of fun, but I'm going to take our Prismatic Orb. I'm going to roll. Okay, we could just go straight up Mana Thirst, Hunger Blade here. Yeah, for sure, I'm going to sell our Spear. Let's go ahead and grab it. Let's craft up this Mana Thirst. We'll grab you in the next rounds. We also get more Healing Herbs if we want to. I do want to grab this Potion Belt, but we'll be back in a second while I do sort our inventory once again. Hey, for now, I'm going to venture on with this. I'm going to have our Prismatic Orb here. Now, it is not going to give us enough mana for a Magic Staff, to be honest. But it is going to give us some healing efficiency. It's going to give us more vampirism. It's also going to give us more lifesteal from a Nocturnal Locklifter, so I'm pretty happy with it for right now. With our King Goobert, we should be able to get a lot of activations between our Hunger Blade, our Magic Staff, our Set of Blueberries, our Heart Container, and our False Life too. So we should be able to get a ton of life stacking potentially. Our opponent is going to be dealing quite a bit of damage though with their setup. But as long as we can stack up our mana here. Actually, we're going to be using it to stack up our magic staff, so we're not going to get our vulnerability. It is what it is, but we do have some scaling damage right now with this magic staff, so it's not going to be too bad here. We do have a lot of max damage on our Hunger Blade. But can we actually keep up? Because our opponent is actually dealing quite a bit of damage. They have scaled up a lot of damage. And unfortunately, we do want to fall short once again. But hey, let's grab our Hunger Blade. Let's grab you. Now, unfortunately, for right now, I do kind of want to move on with this positioning. Prismatic Orb in here, it's going to give us a bunch of vampirism. It's not going to give us enough mana for Magic Staff, to be honest, but we do have our Mana Thirst to scale up our mana for Magic Staff. But I think this should be kind of good enough right now, until we get some more storage. Now, we'll take an unstable Recombobulator, but I'm just going to let that recombobulate itself. I'm going to take this Prismatic Orb in the next rounds, but I am going to be venturing on. Now, a Relic Case is only going to be on our Hunger Blade along with our Magic Staff, because these are going to be higher stamina cost than a Mana Thirst. So we'll see how we get on with this for now. The thing is, we do need to stack up a lot of mana so we get some invulnerability, so our Magic Staff, so we can overheal like crazy, and we're over 1000 max life already, which is genuinely absurd. We did get a Heart Container on line 2, which does give us even more max life too, and 1500 max life, not too bad. Genuinely not too bad. Now, our damage dealt is still quite low. It's 30 DPS. Our opponent also had 30 DPS, but as for heals, we did have 71 healing per second with 82 max health gained. And as for block, 255 block from Vampire Armor. I definitely think we can make this a lot crazier if we do get ourselves a Staff of Unhealing. So I'm going to be looking pretty heavily for that. Now, we got ourselves a wooden sword with a deck of cards. I mean, we could go for a prismatic sword here. I don't want that. Let's grab you. Okay, Amnesty Steel is amazing. For sure. I'm going to roll. I definitely don't want the deck of cards though. Let's keep going. Another banana. I'm going to sell our deck of cards. Let's grab the banana. Let's sell our wooden sword. Let's grab this fanny pack for now. Let's roll again. And I would love to grab another Hunger Blade here, but I don't think we can really afford to. We also got our Box of Riches, which I do really want to grab here to look for some red rubies so we can stack up our healing efficiency too, but I am going to rock on with this for now. We should have some more healing efficiency. Again, mana's going to be a bit on the low side, but it's going to have to do. Let's place in our stone. And let's keep moving. Now, it did move our fanny packs over here to increase the speed over Shelly, along with a Vampire Armor, so we can stack up a little bit more blocks, we can get some more power, increase our weapon damage quite significantly as well. When we do get our vulnerability, we start to heal up. Our opponent is going to be dealing quite a bit of damage, but we should be in a pretty good spot now. The shield, shielded with the Shield of Valor, is going to eat up a crazy amount of stamina. So unfortunately for us, it's going to be a little bit tougher to keep our stamina going. But hey, not looking too bad. We do have 720 max life. We got tons of heals. And not too bad. That Empower is definitely crazy good for us. Although we did get another Prismatic Orb here, which I do really want to grab. To be quite honest. Now, it does really want to slot in here where Mana Thirst actually is. So I'm going to have to take it. And the Box of Riches, I do also really want to grab. Pretty badly, but it is very late for here. So maybe just ignore it for now. Because I do want to find ourselves that Staff of Unhealing. So I'm going to leave it, and we literally get it in the next roll. How crazy is that? Well, we definitely could have got our Box of Riches, but yeah, I'm going to grab that. Unstable Recombobulator, I'm going to be taking 2. And I'm going to be moving on pretty darn fast with this. So with by the Holy Light, our Prismatic Orbs are going to be traveling a lot faster. We should be able to get enough mana to scale up our Magic Staff, get our Invulnerability going, allowing us to overheal like crazy, stack up our power, increase our weapon damage. But that's another shielded. Unfortunately, facing a lot of shielded builds when you have multi-weapons is very problematic. But here, Invulnerability, we have over 1200 max life, 1400 max life still going. But our opponent has a crazy absurd amounts of heat. And unfortunately, because of the shields, I don't think we're going to have a good chance winning. I mean, they have insane regen here. It's going to be a super long fight, but eventually, we're going to fall short here. But holy moly, are we doing well. 300 regen and it's still going over 1000 heat. Kind of absurd. Genuinely kind of absurd here. Right, let's grab you. I do want to grab you too, and I would love to grab our Jin's Lamp. It's going to be super fast activator for King Gubert as well. It's also going to be some more mana if we do want it, but I'm not going to take it. I actually really want to grab this, hoping for another Amethyst Seal will be amazing. Let's grab this bit of storage. I'd also love to place this in here, which I'm going to do. And we are not going to be able to place in our banana unless we take out a garlic, which I'm going to have to do as well. But yeah, I'm going to have to rock on once again. Now we're going to get our Staff of Unhealing. After quite some time, it did take a while to get it online, but we should be able to deal some big damage with this. Now another shield, but they don't have shielded, so it's not as bad. Because also blocking a lot of our damage means we're not actually going to get some lifesteal as well, since we're going to be preventing some of that damage. But hey, not looking too bad. We got our vulnerability. We got 25 vampirism. We got 13 in power. Our weapons are dealing some big damage. And you know what? Not too bad. Definitely not too bad. Hey, what do we get? We got ourselves a wooden buckler and a piggy bank too. We got a piggy bank for the second final rounds, which is a little bit mad. Now we can actually position our Nocturnal Locklifter a little bit easier since our Staff of Unhealing doesn't actually get affected by it. Although we still want a relic case with our Staff of Unhealing too. Let's grab you first of all. Amulet of Life is crazy, to be honest. Let's grab a fanny bag. Let's roll. Protect the little purse I do kind of want to grab too. Let's roll again. Okay, we'll take another set of blueberries though. Do we want to take ourselves a Divine Pot to cleanse some debuffs? It's also going to be another holy item. Increase our healing efficiency with our prismatic orbs. Potentially. Let's sell a piggy bank. We could have kept it for 1 round. I don't think we actually do. We could also grab ourselves this shield. It is a holy item, but I don't think I'm going to take it. I kind of want this potion belt. Try to finish off our inventory. We do need a lot of storage. I'll be back in a second while I sort our inventory once again. So unfortunately, with our positioning, we cannot place this in until we get ourselves this potion belts. I mean, get the increased healing efficiency. So we're going to have to place it over in this position for right now. But the Nocturnal Locklifter is going to sit in here. It's going to give us a bunch of lifesteal. The prismatic orbs, we're going to get 4 mana from this. We're going to get 4 vampirism. We're also going to get 8% increased healing efficiency. And with this one, we're going to get 12% increased healing efficiency, 3 vampirism, and 4 mana. But yeah, we're going to have to move on with this for right now. I think this should be pretty good. We're going to be using our garlic along with our hunger blades to be activating our King Gubert. Instead of using our Staff of Unhealing here on our King Gubert. Wait, can we deal a crazy amount of damage? Can we stack up an absurd amount of max life with a Staff of Unhealing? But our opponent is dealing quite a bit of damage with that Serpent Staff as well. That's 176 poison, 220 poison. But we do get our vulnerability. But can we actually outsurvive this opponent? If we do, it's definitely absurd. That's 328 poison. And we actually end up falling short. And we do resist some poison as well with the Flawed Emeralds. Holy moly. Unfortunately, our opponent did have a lot of healing reduction too, so it is what it is. Genuinely crazy absurd amounts of freaking poison on us. Wait, let's put in our potion belts with our Divine Pot. More increased healing efficiency. We could grab ourselves a Cap Resilience. But if we're getting our vulnerability, we definitely don't want. Definitely do not want that. Now, is there anything else we want here? We could take a Rogue Potion, but I kind of don't want it. Let's grab you. We could try to grab another heart container here. We could sell our Shelly for it. I'm not going to take it though. Pair of boots, if we wanted, we could craft a wing boots, but it is the final round, so we cannot actually craft it up. Let's keep rolling. We could just grab a toad for the final shop. You know what? Let's take it. I'm going to place our toad in here for now. It's going to be targeting our Staff of Unhealing, along with our King Guberts, and along with our heart container too. But yeah, this is going to be the final builds. A super fun Nocturnal Locklifter King Gubert type build with the False Life too. Now honestly, that last round was crazy absurd, to be honest. But can we actually win out against this next opponent? Let's go and see if this is going to be good enough. Can we actually win out? Because we are going to begin freaking Excalibur with Fancy Fencing Rapier. They're going to be turbo stacking, look like there's no tomorrow. They do got a crazy amount of holy items. They're going to be slowing us down with the Time Dilator too. But they don't really have healing reduction, so that's going to be pretty good for us. They do have a lot of damage reduction during Battle Rage with the Badger Rune and the Dragon Skull Armor. So it is going to affect our life steal with a Nocturnal Locklifter, we're going to be dealing a lot less damage. But we do get invulnerability. We're staying super healthy, over 1000 max life. And it's not looking too bad. We're dealing some big damage. And yeah, this is looking a hell of a lot better than the previous round. Amazing. Now we did end up with an 80 DPS, even though our opponent did have a lot of damage reduction with the Badge Rune and the Dragon Skill Armor. As for heals, we did end up with 80 heal per second, which is not too bad. And as for max ults, we gained over 100 max life per second, which is really, really awesome. And as for block, we managed to get a decent bit of block, giving us a decent bit of power, increasing our weapon damage quite significantly too. But anyways, I'm going to leave you here for now. Just want to say thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment, or even consider subscribing. And I hope to keep looking for the next one. I'll see you next time. Okay, we're back in history, and we're going to see, can we deal with a double axe, super cheesy Paradise Barb type build. They're going to be trying to stack a crazy amount of max life. However, we're dealing some big damage. Do get their battle rage for quite some time. They're going to have a lot of heal reduction. They're going to have a lot of damage reduction, but we have almost 2000 max life. And actually not looking too bad. It's not even going to be close here, to be honest. Although our opponent is stacking up their max life too. But amazing. Okay, can we deal with the full body protection sun armor? They got a crazy amount of armor. They're going to be trying to stack up a bunch of poison again with a serpent staff. We're going to be using a Paradise Barb to be making their whole setup go a lot faster too. But yeah, we already have 1400 max life. We do get invulnerability. We can heal like crazy. And actually, yes, not even going to be close. Our opponent does resurrect. You do get their invulnerability. You do inflict a bunch of debuffs on us, but that's 2,500 max life, and not too bad. Now, can we deal with this Druid Guardian with false life with a Paradise Barb with a Prismatic Sword? They're going to get a lot of skilling damage. They're going to scale up their max life with the false life. They do have healing reduction, which is not going to be so great for us. Now, we did use our Divine Pot, cleansing those debuffs, but it's not looking too bad for sure. Almost 800 max life. We do get our vulnerability once again. And almost 2200 life. Still going, 14 in power. Amazing.